Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 8 in season number 4 of the NOFSRL Krispy Kreme Series. We are here for the first time ever at the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway, at least for the first time ever in the Krispy Kreme Series. And we're here for the St. Louis 150, 30 laps of action around this 1.25 mile speedway in Madison, Illinois, just across the river from St. Louis. It's going to be a fun race here from the Gateway International Raceway, the old name for this racetrack. The official name is the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. It's a little too long, so we're just going to refer to it as Gateway throughout the event. But either way, it's going to be a great race. Definitely great to be back here. Last time we did a race here on Napa Fan was 2016 in Season 4 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, so it has been over 3 years since any Napa Fan Series has come to the Gateway International Raceway, but that all changes here tonight, the weekend before Thanksgiving as well, so we're closing in on the final month of the season for these guys. We only have 5 races remaining in the series, including this one. And this is how they line up in the championship standings coming into this event. Austin Colano, who starts 3rd here tonight, 115 points towards the championship. Last week's winner, Juan Garcia, who starts 5th right behind Colano, is 3 points behind. And the guy who starts in the pole position, Eric Miller, 10 points behind. Audrey Baranowska, 16 behind. Wade Lindell, 18 behind. Coming into tonight's event here on this Thursday evening. At least I think it's on a Thursday evening, but knowing me, could be anytime at all. And with that, Eric Miller is going to be starting on the pole position in the number 14, fastest time in pseudo qualifying. We didn't actually have a qualifying session. We're done with doing qualifying for this series, I'll tell you that much. Number 38 of Thomas Troxel alongside him on the front row. We got ourselves Austin Colano in the 03, our points leader alongside Larry Hagan. In row number 2, row number 3 sees Juan Garcia alongside the 06 machine of Tristan Allen. Great run for Allen in qualifying, still going for his first win of 2019. We'll have to see if he can get it. Row number 4, we got Ashlyn Boyd alongside Noah Kars, and Mitch Hobbs, Watkins Glen winner alongside Audra Baranowskis in row number 5. We got Brad Stover there, one at Charlotte. And that's very important. This is the last technical short track of the year. It's not even really a short track. It's 1.25 miles, but it acts a lot like a short track, so we'll call it a short track for that purpose. But after tonight, the 4 races remaining on the schedule include Chicagoland, Pocono, Kansas, and Talladega. So we're not going to be at a track shorter than this one throughout the rest of the year. It's all going to be the super speedways for these guys, so it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Those high-speed races, the last non-high-speed race for the Krispy Kreme Series. And the guy who won at Toledo, looking to win another one, Eric Miller on the pole, green flag, here we go, at Gateway. Lap 1 will be led by Eric Miller. That's a bonus point towards the championship for Miller, but Austin Colano looking to get a run to the inside. Here he comes through turn 2, and they're going to be side by side down the backstretch. It's a very unique racetrack. It's actually a slower racetrack than Iowa. The corners here are a little bit tighter and a little bit flatter than they are at Iowa, so they actually go slower through the corners. They actually have a minimum speed at about 95 miles per hour through turn 2 here. So it's a rather slow racetrack, but a very technical racetrack. You make one mistake and you're going to lose a lot of positions, shoot up the racetrack, get outside the groove. It's not where you want to be here. Eric Miller doing a good job at the moment, but Colano all over his back bumper, 3 wide. Larry Hagan, just as I mentioned, he didn't hit the apex correctly, and he shot up there. Ashlyn Boyd to the inside of Juan Garcia and Larry Hagan. Hagan trying to get a run on the outside lane. He's not going to get it there. And for the lead, Austin Colano with a run to the inside of Eric Miller. He's going to take it away from the 14. So Austin Colano is going to grab a bonus point towards the championship. So of the top 3 in points, only one of them is yet to lead a lap and gain a bonus point in this race. That is Juan Garcia, who is now effectively 4 points behind Colano at the moment. Of course, actually more than that because he's right now behind Colano. But if you're counting the bonus point that Colano gained, technically, other than that lap led, coming into this race, Colano is 4 points ahead of him now. But he's more than that, the way they're currently running. Probably shouldn't have said that. And Colano overshooting the racetrack. Here comes the 55 of Ashland Boyd, looking to the inside of Eric Miller. You guys understand what I mean with the point situation there. Gets that bonus point technically coming in now. He's 4 points behind, so just keep that in mind. But if Juan Garcia leads a lap, then it's back to 3 points behind coming into this race. I should stop trying to be complicated. I'm not good at that. Here comes Ashland Boyd to the inside for second. Been in a battle with the 14 for quite a while here, and that's what we're going to see tomorrow night as well in the truck race. These guys are going to battle for quite a while. It's not as easy to make a pass on the guy here as it is at the Iowa Speedway, so definitely have to make sure you hit your marks and get that run on the inside correctly, and sometimes that run on the inside does not happen and the outside lane prevails, so got to be careful. Eric Miller falling back, though. Juan Garcia going to take the 3rd position away, and Larry Hagan up to 4th. But Austin Colano, our points leader, looking for his 2nd win of the year. He led flag to flag at South Boston back in September. And now he's looking to lead the most laps here tonight at Gateway and get his 2nd win of the season. I do not believe we have had a multiple-time winner yet this season in the Krispy Kreme Series. That has only happened in the Truck Series, and only with one driver in the Truck Series, that being Chase Marks. You see these guys closing back in on Colano here on lap 7 of 30. Ashland Boyd with a great run, and I think Eric Miller hit the outside wall. Overshot turn 2. Or sorry, excuse me, that is Victor Delgado in the number 11 who overshot the corner, and he is falling back tremendously. Aaron Walpole, Christopher Altheby looking to the inside of him right there. A tough break there for Victor Delgado. Still a long race, still a long ways to go before we crown a champion here tonight. Should say crown a race winner. I'm not going to crown a champion yet in this series with how tight the points are. Carter Friesen is a lap down. He had an issue at some point throughout the race, and there goes Ashland Boyd. Age-old trick, if you want to pass for the race lead, don't focus on the race leaders. And there goes Boyd to the inside. He's our 3rd different leader of the race. Great run there for Ashland Boyd. He's been methodically working his way through the field, but he overshot the corner just a little bit right there. Here comes the 22 of Juan Garcia, looking for his 2nd straight victory here in the Krispy Kreme Series. Got that race victory at Iowa last week. And that wild race we had at the Iowa Speedway, both races we had were pretty intense there. Larry Hagan trying to get on Austin Colano. Colano way up the racetrack, almost in the outside wall. A couple guys moving their way through the field. Mitch Hobbs in the number 9. And Brad Stover in the 23 here. Here comes Dale Salzman. Salzman lost 10 positions in the championship standings after Iowa last week. He wants to rebound from that. He's top 10 right now. Good run so far for the 19. But you got to think, too, a top 10 in this series is not like a top 10 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. There's only 22 competitors in the series compared to 42 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So a top 10 here is more like a top 20 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So what you really want in this series are top 5s because of how small the field is. You're only going to gain significant margins on the field if you get top 5 finishes. Top 10, it's almost midway through the field, really, if you finish 6th through 10th back in there. Larry Hagan to the inside of Juan Garcia, trying to get a run on him, unable to do so. Everyone's kind of filed out right now. We have this battle between Brad Stover and Mitch Hobbs. That is for the 6th position. But Stover's not going to be able to get to the inside. Lap 11 of 30, and it's a pretty calm race right now here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Ashland Boyd looking to win the first race at this racetrack since 2016 on NAPAFAM. The driver who won that race was somebody. I want to say it was Tyler Myers. I want to say it was Tyler Myers, and I believe it was, and that might have been, that was definitely Tyler Myers' last win That was his last season on Napa Fan. Tyler Myers never returned after that. And I'm fairly sure the last guy to win here was Tyler Myers back in 2016, 3.5 years ago. And that's in real time, 3.5 years ago, of course. We don't have dog years here, you know. I know sometimes we do multiple seasons in a year, but that was actually 3.5 years ago last time we were here. It's been a very long time, but I'm definitely questioning why I ever moved away from this place. This is some great racing. We're getting very realistic, but definitely an ability to make a run on a guy, and we want to be able to have that opportunity for these guys to make passes on the race leader. We've already seen 2 lead changes in this race, 3 different leaders. Not even halfway through this one. Colano looking to the inside of Larry Hagan. Here comes Mitch Hobbs with a run on Eric Miller. Colano's going to try to shoot Hagan up the racetrack, get that run on the inside through turns 3 and 4. He's going to get it. Actually, he isn't. Larry Hagan with a great run on the outside lane going to remain in the 3rd position, and Mitch Hobbs was unable to get the run on Eric Miller. One thing, we got a caution on the racetrack. Wade Lindell in the 34. I was about to say, tire wear could be coming into effect here at Gateway. These guys, of course, they don't have any pit stops, but tire wear is still a significant thing as the race goes on. Those tires do not work as well as they did at the start of the race, so that might have been why we're seeing that single file, but got a different complexion in this event right now. Wade Lindell with damage in the 34, bringing out our first caution of the night here at the Gateway Motorsports Park. That's the 3rd different name I've used to describe this racetrack. It's like it's changed names so many times. I can't remember what it actually is, and what it actually is would take me 10,000 years to say. So what's the point? But Wade Lindell in the number 34 with an issue. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night here in the St. Louis 150. We're going to go real time first because of that. Wade Lindell's engine just went kaboom. And Jonathan Logan, Dylan Kroom got caught up in this one. Cody Sill as well. I believe they all drove away, but obviously Wade Lindell's going to be done for the night. Have to see what happened between Kroom and Logan there. Of course, Logan won at the Lucas Oil Raceway on Halloween night. That seemed like a while ago, but it was only 2 races ago for Jonathan Logan, but that's definitely not what he needed in this championship battle. Let's go ahead and see what happened. See Wade Lindell there blowing up ahead of these guys. Jonathan Logan, I believe, is slowing down a little bit more than Dylan Kroom is, and Kroom just does not measure the closing rate correctly. This might have been what triggered the caution initially. And they just happened to push right into Wade Lindell. It actually didn't affect Wade Lindell that much. At least that initial push. Kroom came down on Cody Sill, however, and Sill came up and cleared the 34. But the only guy who's going to get knocked out of this is going to be the 34 of Wade Lindell. I believe the rest of the drivers are going to be fine. And this is a home race for Cody Sill. Tough break for him right there. I know he's definitely excited about this place coming back and would love to win here, but unfortunately not going to be the case for Cody Sill here tonight, most likely at least. I don't see too much damage on the 28 machine, but I doubt that he's going to be able to get up to the front of this field, as moving through the field is very difficult here at Gateway. But either way, tough break for Wade Lindell. Is going to knock him out of the race. Race leader, 55 of Ashland Boyd, going to have to contend with a restart here. Let's see what he does on that restart here in the St. Louis 150 at the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. We're back here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, Gateway Motorsports Park, Gateway International Raceway, whatever you want to call it. We're here in Madison, Illinois, just across from St. Louis, Missouri, for the 8th race of the season in the Krispy Kreme Series. Ashland Boyd, the race leader. Right behind him, Juan Garcia looking to take this championship lead away. If you count the bonus point that Austin Colano gained, it is a 2-point gap right now between Juan Garcia and Austin Colano, the way they are currently running. However, if Garcia moves up 1 position, Juan Garcia is the new points leader, so we'll have to see what he does on Ashland Boyd. Larry Hagan in 3rd, Austin Colano there in the 4th position. This is shaping up to be a pretty good championship battle between Colano and Juan Garcia. Eric Miller, also in this championship battle, currently running 5th. They're starting on the pole here tonight in the St. Louis 150. Ashland Boyd going to lead the field of the green flag for our first restart of the night on lap 18 of 30. 13 laps to go at Gateway. Pace car is in. green flag gets taken right there. And it looks like the top three have the same advantage on each other. Colano did not get a good jump on the start, but I believe the top three are going to stay single file through turns 1 and 2. Juan Garcia does not want Larry Hagan to get to the inside of him there. Ashland Boyd in the gas a little bit sooner than the 22, and he's going to pull away slightly. Oh, we got some contact back in there. That is Ryan Kinghart and Christopher Alphaby. Off at turn number 2, that could have been dangerous, but thankfully they kept it together. Back to the race lead, and there goes Larry Hagan for second. And this is not at all what Juan Garcia wants. Austin Colano moving to the inside of him. That's for the third position. Will Larry Hagan grab his first career Napa fan win here tonight? Ashland Boyd in the 55, a Napa fan veteran. He's never been in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series before, but he's been in a lot of other series and has a couple of wins to his name. Looking for another one here tonight. Trying to hold off the rest of the field here in the Krispy Kreme Series at Gateway. There goes Colano. He's around Juan Garcia. Brad Stover's up here. Watch out for the all-time winningest driver in the series, going for his 6th win in the Krispy Kreme Series. He's going for 4th right now in the number 22, and you really can't count out Stover from this championship either. I believe that he's still in contention. If you get a couple of wins, that could put him right in contention for the Krispy Kreme Series championship. Even though he's the all-time winningest driver in the series, he's never won a championship in this series before. So I know he definitely wants to put that under his resume after all the times he's come close to doing it. It's his 3rd season in this series. And he is definitely the best driver ever to take the racetrack here in the Krispy Kreme Series, even though he's never won a championship. So we'll have to see what he can do. There goes Colano, moving up another position, trying to at least. Larry Hagan with a run on the outside, going to clear him. And Eric Miller trying to get around Juan Garcia. Brad Stover, definitely the biggest mover since the restart. All the way up to 4th now after he started outside the top 5. Restarted outside the top 5, I should say. He's got a run on Austin Colano. He's got a really good run on Austin Colano. Colano lost a lot of ground. Really had to check it up there through turns 1 and 2. Single file throughout the top 5. It's still Ashland Boyd out front, but all it takes is one guy to get up into the gray through turns 3 and 4, and then you got a new race leader. And that is what we have seen throughout the history of this racetrack on Napa Fan. It's actually the first time using this version of the Gateway Motorsports Park. We used an older version back when we raced here in 2015, 2016. This is, I believe, the 2015 version of the racetrack. The Freddie and Sean version, but of course I've always had a thing against the FSC racetracks because the pit lanes on them are terrible. The only race, and I'm going to say this now, we're planning on the Chick-fil-A Cup Series coming back here next year. The only race that we actually do have planned to have pit stops is that one. IndyCar also looking at coming here next year, but I doubt that the IndyCar Series will have pit stops due to the fact that it's practically impossible for them to come down the pit lane. Either way, it's a great racetrack for the racing on the racetrack, which is why we're here tonight, and that's why Austin Colano wanted to come here, because he's doing a pretty good job. That was a really bad transition, but who cares? He's going for 2nd on Larry Hagan. Juan Garcia is still here, and regardless of where Garcia finishes inside this top 5 in comparison to Austin Colano, it is still going to be a great points day for him, most likely. And with that, Austin Colano is still far from winning this championship with 4 races left, especially considering the 4 races we have left. Chicagoland, Pocono, Brad Stover won at Pocono last year. Kansas and Talladega. Talladega's the finale once again. And you never know how that's going to be. Mitch Hobbs and Thomas Troxel just inside the top 10 right there, with Zach Winkle rounding out the top 10. Aaron Walpole in 11th. Relatively clean race, but Austin Colano's looking really fast. He might have something for Ashland Boyd here before the end of this race, coming to 6 laps to go in the St. Louis 150. Larry Hagan in 3rd, Brad Stover in 4th. Stover's kind of stuck in the 4th position right now. Dale Salzman trying to get a run on the outside here of Eric Miller, unable to do so, got in the gray. Really difficult to make a run on the outside lane here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. That outside lane simply does not work. There's no grip up there. And these guys got to be careful to stay on the racing surface in the groove. Because if they don't do that, they're going to fall back. And we've seen that happen throughout the night. And we're going to see that happen tomorrow in the Truck Series as well. Austin Colano slowly creeping his way up on Ashland Boyd. He's going to have a run right here, but it's not going to be enough to make a move on the 55. As long as the 55 stays in the groove, I think he's got this race won. But it is difficult to do that here. It's such a tight racetrack, especially through turns 1 and 2. Ashland Boyd going to pull away just a little bit right there. Brad Stover trying to get a run on Larry Hagan, but they're pretty much solidified in their respective positions right now. 4 laps to go. The Worldwide Technology Raceway for Ashland Boyd. I believe Ashland Boyd's up there as well, somewhere inside the top 10 in points, so this win will definitely mean a lot towards his championship hopes. Got a battle going on right there between Salzman and Miller, but no move made there. He does not have the proper run. Brad Stover a little wide off the corner right there. He's going to lose a little bit of ground to Larry Hagan, but it's looking pretty good right now for Ashland Boyd. He's led the most laps here tonight. Going to get a bonus point towards the championship for that. 3 laps to go for the 55. We'll have to see if he can hold on ahead of Austin Colano. Here comes Hagan. Larry Hagan with a great run. He might try to make a move on the 03. Brad Stover as well. Both of them got off of turn number 2 better than Colano did. But neither of them are going to be able to get a run. Like I mentioned before the caution came out, the pit stops, or should I say, the tire wear is going to be very significant in this race, and I think that's why these guys are having difficulty making these moves on the racetrack. Larry Hagan tried to get a run on the inside of Colano, could not do it. 2 laps to go for Ashland Boyd. Here at Gateway, Brad Stover going to try on the outside of Larry Hagan. He might actually get it, especially if Colano checks it up there. But he lost it off the corner, and Hagan going to drive by for 3rd. A dominating performance out of Ashland Boyd once he took the race lead. He never saw another position. He's coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go this time by at Gateway for Ashland Boyd in the number 55. 1 lap to go in the St. Louis 150 in the Krispy Kreme Series. And Austin Colano will remain the points leader as long as he remains in 2nd. Larry Hagan trying one last charge. The battle is on for 2nd here at Gateway. We've seen no change in the top 5 for the past 10 laps. And it looks like it's going to stay that way. Brad Stover going to try once again, but they're all single file through the corner. Nothing's going to be made right there. Ashland Boyd in the number 55. First win in a little while on Napa Fan, but he's going to get another one. He's going to get the race victory here at Gateway. Colano in 2nd will remain the points leader. Larry Hagan, Brad Stover, Juan Garcia, the top 5 in the St. Louis 150 at the Gateway Motorsports Park. And that tire wear definitely came into effect near the end of the race. We saw a lot more passing go on in the first half than we did in the second half. But Ashland Boyd picked a good time to take the race lead away. The tire wear was already significant enough where passing would be more difficult, and he's going to come home with a race victory here tonight. First win of the season for Ashland Boyd. We'll have to see where that puts him in the point standings. We'll get you those point standings here very soon. But for the moment, there are the official standings of the race. Ashland Boyd, the race winner here tonight. Austin Colano, Larry Hagan, Brad Stover, and Juan Garcia. Garcia is going to lose 4 points, so it's going to be a 7-point margin for Colano heading into Chicagoland next Wednesday night. At Ashland Boyd, a great run for him there in the number 55 machine, grabbing the first win of the season for that team, and it's our 8th different winner this season as well. As everybody heads to the pit lane, we'll get you to points right now. And like I mentioned, Colano going to have 7 ahead of Juan Garcia right there. Eric Miller going to stay in this respective position, 14 points behind. So not much change there in the top 3, but look at Ashland Boyd with this race victory moving himself up to the 4th position in points, and a great run out of Brad Stover. Now 31 points behind for Stover. Stover 29 points behind for Ashland Boyd. As you take a look at the rest of the points standings right there, great win for Ashland Boyd here tonight at the Gateway Motorsports Park. And next week, we will be at Chicagoland next Wednesday night because, of course, the Thanksgiving 500 going to be next Thursday morning. ARCA Series will be at Chicagoland for the 9th race of the season. Gonna be an interesting one right there. First time we're gonna use the new Chicagoland Speedway, so the racing's gonna be a little bit different, but it's gonna be just as good as it's always been around that crazy mile-and-a-half racetrack. Looking forward to see how it all plays out there in the Bounty 150. And next Friday night is going to be the Menards 225 at Chicagoland in the Turkey Hill Truck Series as well. So a lot of great racing next week because we got the 2 Chicagoland races and, of course, the Thanksgiving 500 next week at 10 a.m. Eastern Time right here on Napa Fam. Definitely looking forward to that. I know a couple of these guys in this race going to be in that event. And I know they're going to be going all out for the race victory and one of the biggest special events on the year, I should say, on Napa Fan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Ashlyn Boyd, your race winner here at Gateway. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Worldwide Technology 200 at Gateway and the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.